for anything, but hey, that's cool.
Hey everyone, this is Maurice with IMO podcast, home to the spiciest topic and unpopular opinions. I'm joined by my co-hosts Andre, Flanora, and Jared. I hate saying it's just like a horrible filler word. So how are you guys doing today? You guys doing cool? You chilling?
Chilling.
Like
now
some
that I'm in
bosses?
air condition.
That's what's up.
That's life right there. You see.
That is life.
Mm.
Right. So we got the Paragon up on the screen. You guys see Zinx is coming down. It's out already. I'm gonna try to play her. More than likely, I won't. And we're just gonna run through some topics. What do you guys want to start with? Anime, manga, music, gaming, bitches. Which one?
Hey yo, bitches.
What is on this agenda?
It's in the
right
secret.
on the agenda.
Yeah,
Nah.
it's always on the agenda.
Always.
It's understood. It's like in math, like when you try to do like the finding the variable and shit. There's always like x always represents understood one. You know, that is always.
Is that a shot to saying that women are overly complicated? I don't understand.
No, it's not. It's always a understood. Women are understood. That's what I'm trying to say.
Are misunderstood?
No, nigga. I understand women. I understand bitches. Okay. I'm gonna need you to back up.
If you did, oh my god. Okay.
All right.
How about we just start off with Spider-Man because it was everything.
Okay.
That was good.
And for the umpteenth time, so Nora said something was everything. I mean, Spider-Man was great, you guys. How'd you enjoy it?
Hey, yo, can I get your computer when she kills you, dog?
I do hear the silent hate. I kind of fear for
Oh, it's not silent. Just because you can't hear it don't mean it's silent.
Oh, like the bitches and the understood.
Oh my god.
You understand. See? Yeah, Spider-Man, that was a really good fucking movie.
Right.
That made my day.
Andre? And moving on. So what you guys think about the actors, specifically the love interest, but more specifically Tom Holland, who was casted as Peter Parker?
That was an overall good pick.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not
He was
only
British.
you pick like someone, yeah. Well, what you got against British people?
Nothing. He was British, and British people always do amazing things. Always.
Oh my god.
They do.
But anyway, I feel like
Fucking-
you're just reaching a little.
I'm not reaching. Isn't Idris Elba British? Fucking Coldplay's British. I mean, Harry Potter was like the whole series British. It was
British. Oh my
Okay. But I mean, anyway, I think like with Tom Holland, that was just a good pick because, like I mentioned before, he has this background in parkour, and he's like super agile. So not only can he physically, not only kind of looks like a really young Peter Parker, but he could actually pull off the stunts. And like this was like, I feel like he was a way more believable Peter Parker than like the previous picks. Like that was just like a perfect
believable
pick.
in
And
what
I think
way?
this was,
I'm not trying to poke holes. I'm just asking.
but just like his youth, his innocence. I mean, the whole like still trying to figure out his role and how he could actually like use his power, to like it was. How can I put this? Like we mentioned like before, when we had the first Spider-Man, Tobey. And like how a lot of the characters didn't really like, we didn't believe that they were really high school students. Like they was just like grown people acting like they're still in high school. But with like when you Tom Holland, it's like, oh, he really does look like a young kid in high school.
I mean, I don't feel like that's fair to Tobey Maguire because Tobey actually had like a baby face going on. But that's just my personal.
No, he
thing.
didn't.
Yes, he did.
Oh,
Yes, he did. Son, yes, he did.
no, he didn't.
What?
All those
Okay.
niggas was 30 in that first movie. Shut the fuck up.
Okay. Okay, so he definitely had a baby face. I don't know what you're talking about.
Wait, what's the definition of baby face?
He had like that lip curl shit, like they ain't got teeth. Like, cause I noticed it when my roommate's girlfriend had a baby and I was taking care of him, and I was like, oh man, you got that like Tobey Maguire smile thing, and then I started noticing on other babies too, and thus Tobey Maguire baby face. Boom.
Where babies just have Tobey Maguire face.
I mean, either or.
And you just voided your argument.
No, it's still a baby face regardless, because the nigga look young as shit. Yep.
So you believe that he was 18 and that?
No, it's not what I believe. I just said he has a baby face, so he's young and fits the role.
You just contradicted yourself.
Nah.
It's not about what I believe, it's about what it actually is. What?
Yeah, he's actually has a baby face, man. Young.
You thought that man, I can't remember the bitch's name. Mary Jane, you thought she was 17 when she was.
No. I didn't say all the actors. I just said Tobey Maguire. I don't know why you bringing her in here.
I think we were. Didn't we say all the act? Well, I guess you.
No, I specifically pointed out Tobey Maguire.
But you agree with everything else, everybody else.
Agree, and what I agree that Tobey Maguire had a really young-looking face, a very baby face. That's my only thing.
What about James Franco?
I'm not talking about the other guys because the other guys aren't Tobey Maguire.
Oh no, I'm agreeing somewhat with Tobey Maguire. I'm talking about everybody else now.
I didn't say everybody else. I don't have nothing to say about that.
Okay. Okay.
So, anyways, for the
Oh, okay, it's my turn.
It was still your turn.
It's been your turn.
Okay, there was so much back and forth, and then I just
We were clarifying.
Tom Holland. Overall was just like he just fit the role perfectly, just as much as he fit into the spider suit.
Is that fair? Because the spider suit seems like it can fit over everybody.
Yeah, I'm about to say, didn't he cheat with the suit? Like, he just pressed the button and it's like, oh yeah, one size fits all because it's Tony Stark.
Right.
I thought that was kind of cool, actually.
It is, but
I mean, it's boring shit, but can we really say he fit the suit or the suit fit him?
Exactly. Thank you, Jared. You understand it. Stop hating. Why are you hating?
I'm trying to figure this out, bro.
Right.
I'm on your side. Why are you hating, bro?
Right. Jared, Andre, which one? What you guys think about the movie?
It was really good.
Really good, yeah.
I was kind of caught off guard with like Zendaya, and at the very end, when she said, "Oh, they called me MJ," I had to stand up in the theater. I'm like, hold up, they did not just do what I think they did.
Yeah,
that's supposed to be Mary Jane.
Just sneak this
All
in.
right. I kind of did. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't say her name like the whole entire movie.
The entire.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's just like that. It was just like, you here? And it's like, yeah, you're losers. And then just like cut to something else. Like they never said her name. It's like, she Mary Jane.
Yeah. But it's just like from the previous Mary Janes I've seen, it's just like you are so different looking. It just caught me.
There was only one. There was only one.
Like when it comes to movies,
he's expecting the red hair because, yeah, I mean, with Mary J was kind of like the pretty glamorous type love interest, with the like gorgeous red hair. So I think everyone was like expecting to see that, but I kind of like the way they did it. It's kind of like a bit of like a twist, but not like so unexpected because those that were really paying attention could easily see that coming. But I kind of like what they did there, especially they made that character more observant and very socially aware or woke.
Woke.
Hashtag woke.
So you liked her because she reminded you of yourself? Is that what I'm getting at? I'm sorry if I'm ragging on you a bit more, but you're kind of making it a little easy for me.
I don't think a bit is the right word you want to use.
I mean, I'm trying to give her the benefit of the doubt.
At least you're honest.
True. Special effects, because I know that was a very, very hit or miss, and I use that very loosely for The Amazing Spider-Man, and we all know that Spider-Man 2 is in the outdated, or Spider-Man, the first series of Spider-Man, with Tobey Maguire is a bit outdated. But how'd you guys feel the special effects compared with this movie to those?
It was okay. It's special effects. I don't think there's anything they can do to make me go, oh my god, did you see that?
The landscape, my god.
Yeah.
It's like a boat split in half. How did they do that?
Right. I think, a couple years ago we had like a giant kraken come out of the water and like eat everything. Like once you've done, no, what was that movie, Independence Day, when I swear to God, like half the world was on fire, and it was just like, there's no way that you're surviving that, and there's just like this big ship about to hit the entire world. Once you do stuff like that, it's like, oh, okay, it's special effects. Then Spider-Man comes in, saves a boat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So basically, like up to standards, basically.
I mean, it's more of I think we're all getting numb to like special effects. I don't think anybody is going into a movie nowadays and going, "Wow, the special effects were so good." I don't think anybody's doing that.
To be fair, we're not too far off from, oh my god, those special effects are really horrible. So, I mean, I don't know. Like, does it only become apparent? I mean, does only become like relevant when it's bad?
Yeah, because it's easily noticeable. I mean, it's you can easily tell that it's shitty CGI. You can easily tell. Like, yo, did they just like copy and paste this from like Microsoft or some shit, like a PowerPoint or whatever? Versus, hey, yo, this shit looks dope. That's basically all you're gonna say is like, this looks alright. I like it. You know, you're not gonna like fangasm over good special effects. Hell, sometimes you don't even know what is special effects at the time. Yeah. Like, oh yeah, like when I was a kid and Scooby Doo movies were out and shit like that, like the live action, it took me a minute to realize that nigga wasn't even there. I was like, wait, what?
Scooby Doo.
Son, when I was a kid, I smooth thought Scooby Doo was like a real thing. Like that when they live action the dog, I thought he was real. Also, real shit, bro. I'm not even lying to you.
How old are you, man? Huh?
8.
Because I think we're the same age, right? And even I could say, anyway, never mind. Let's not get into Scooby Doo right
Beside the point, anyway.
Yeah, it was decent.
Decent.
Yeah, it was alright.
Decent.
I like it.
Decent.
I like it.
Okay, cool. Love interest, because it was, I think she is one of his love interests in the comic, but I think she's like really short, like run for being a love interest. But what do you guys think about how they handled the Spidey x Liz relationship, or Peter x Liz, or Pete
I thought
Liz.
that. Okay, stop.
Liz.
I thought it was forced. Liz Pete. I actually like that one. Right? You can use Liz Pete. Liz Pete, I like that. Okay. I thought it was forced. I thought it was very forced. I almost borderline didn't like it. Excuse me. It's, how do I explain it? It's like, oh well, we all know about Gwen Stacy and Mary Jane. We all know that he's going to get with her. So why are we fooling around with Liz Allen right now? I felt it was kind of pointless, to be honest with you.
Can I bring up
it's pointless. I don't think it was pointless.
Can I bring up a counter argument to Andre? They did have Liz and Peter become a thing in Spectacular Spider-Man. And are you saying?
What happened?
Are you saying?
What happened at the end?
I mean, I don't remember, but like, are you saying like that's also forced as well, or that whole relationship is forced, or what you?
No, because in Spectacular Spider-Man, they actually had time to like actually go into it and figure out, okay, they didn't like each other at first. Liz actually hated Peter. Mm-hmm. Peter helps Liz in the most terrible way. I think she was failing like a math class or something, and Peter Parker being Peter fucking Parker.
Also, it was a TV show, so it's gonna have infinitely more time compared to a movie.
And that's fair. And I'm still looking at that, definitely. I'm just looking at the whole listing. It still just feels forced for it to go absolutely nowhere. I'm over here saying like, okay, Peter, just go ahead, tell her how you feel. No, it doesn't happen. Then he actually tells her how he feels. And he's like, I know. I'm like, okay. And then it just goes nowhere after that. They go out and then she leaves.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, so we just had this big tug of war for what payout? For what did we do this for?
For the twist of who her father was. That's why.
I guess he got me there.
Yeah, because, oh my god, when he went to go pick her up for the homecoming dance, and guess who opens the door? Spoiler!
I mean, we've been spoiled. It's kind of late for
I love how you started talking slow.
I mean, the fact that I cringed so much so much. I was like, oh my god, that's
you
so
cringed
uncomfortable.
at the door opening. I cringed during the car ride. My man was like 2 seconds away from busting the cap in his
Can we talk about how quickly he figured out that he was Peter Parker? Like,
this man, like, he made me.
No, go ahead, Jared.
He made me so proud. I'm like, yo, he's not a fucking idiot. He actually pieced it together. He's like, oh yeah,
Right.
you
like
always
5
disappear,
seconds.
you know. Like literally, he's like, oh word, you always disappear during DC. Oh, say no more. I know who you is, fam. I got you.
I got your number.
Like, son, it took them so long to figure out who the hell this nigga was.
True. That's gotta be like my favorite scene in the entire movie. Marvel is actually doing something right because they realized that, hey, the Peter Parker's greatest villains are the ones that's like closer to Peter Parker, not Spider-Man, Peter Parker. So when they did the whole car scene where he's going, yeah, you were there in DC, but you ran away, and the Vulture was just like, really? And then Liz says something else, so like, yeah, but we were at the dance or something else in DC, and he was like, oh, okay. So they parked. So he parks the car. Go ahead in. I gotta give Peter the dad talk. This man pulls out the gat.
Yo. He's like, no what? He's like, I'm like, yo, just go savage on this man. Let him have it. You know.
And it's funny because they're kind of like playing off like the whole worst off the board, like a 15-year-old's worst fear when you go meet the father for the first time. And you have like this talk, and like he pulls out a gun or something. This guy literally does that. He just basically did every 15-year-old's worst fear. So we try to do with my daughter. Pulls out a gun. I want to answer that correctly, there, sir.
I'm about to say there's a right and a definite wrong answer. I need you to choose wisely.
I don't know.
That was funny.
That was a good scene. That's gotta be like my favorite scene in the entire movie.
That was pretty good.
My favorite scene was the part where basically like where Peter like saves or Spider-Man he like saves the boat from splitting in half, quote unquote, when it's really Iron Man on the low. And it was like
and then Iron Man gives him the talk.
No, not even that, son. It was the fact when Peter was like, oh, if you were here, you'd actually carry some shit like that. Your man just walks out the suit, looks at this man, is like, yo, I'm about to smack the living shit out of you. Say something smart again. I'm like, yo.
For this.
Right.
I was literally like, yo, is he about to beat his ass? I really want to see this.
Even though Tony Stark probably couldn't do that, but that's not the point.
It's
the fact that he.
It's more like he's stepping to him like a father.
Basically, I mean, like your man literally just looks at him and is like, "Yo, I don't care what type of superpowers you got. Don't talk to me like I'm a bitch."
Right.
Like straight up, this man just let him know, like, "Hey, yo, I don't care if you superhuman, whatever, got Spidey sense, you can fling web out your ass or hands or whatever. I'm Tony fucking Stark, yo. Don't play with me."
Right. And then he had on like the cleanest suit ever, or whatever he was wearing.
It's like a jogger blazer combination.
Right. I'm looking at this and I'm like, I was expecting like, I don't know what I was expecting. I was expecting like, I don't know, like some jeans and a well-fitted t-shirt. This man comes out fully suited and whatnot. Okay, look here. This was about to happen. No, zip it because the adult is talking right now. And I'm like, oh,
based in a Spider-Man movie.
Like, hey, Peter, how you going to react? You're not, because that's Tony Stark.
Speaking of which,
that was my favorite scene. Yeah.
How do you guys feel about? Well, I know how you feel about it, but what do you feel about Tony Stark's like presence overall in the movie? Not like whether you liked him or not, but do you feel like he was like too overbearing, or was it just like the right amount we needed for this particular film?
I think it was the right amount.
I think it was the right amount because it didn't really give him like 90 or I would even say not even like 40% of like screen time, or did they?
Yeah, you kind of
a good amount of screen
time.
You
kind of like elevated a hell of a lot, but I feel you.
I mean, like the movie you can tell was based off of Spider-Man. It wasn't like, oh, this is just Tony Stark's movie with Spider-Man in it. You know what I'm saying? But
right.
There are parts where like I'm starting to think like, yo, they really just like some people can get confused. It's to the point where people can't get confused. Like, yo, is this Spider-Man's movie or is this Tony Stark's movie? So I think they could have cut down a little bit more on Tony Stark.
Really?
I think so, because it's like, because mainly you're like, because think about it though, most of the time, like where he's like after he got the suit and everything, he's basically like stalking Tony Stark on when the hell can I start my new mission. Like that's all he's thinking about right now. You know, he's just thinking about Tony.
But you didn't get that much of Tony Stark on screen. I think that's what Maurice was kind of referring to. I thought going into this movie, I thought it was going to be Iron Man 4, to be honest with you, because you get Tony Stark just takes over Robert Downey Jr. just takes over every scene that he's in. Doesn't matter what.
And he did do that in this movie. Like every scene, it was just like he owned it.
He did it correctly in this because it wasn't literally. Let's put it this way: literally every time you see Tony Stark, you already saw it in the trailer, and that's not too much. I think you get like three, maybe 4 scenes with Tony Stark. Every single one of those things you've seen in that 2-minute trailer. So when you actually see the movie, you go, "Oh, well, there's a lot more. There's more Spider-Man than Tony Stark in this," and I was actually very happy about that. It was like 80% Spider-Man, 10% Tony Stark, 5% Ned, and 5% Aunt May. Oh my gosh, Aunt May.
Oh my God. You mean May?
Oh, I'm sorry, May.
Like literally, I've never heard them say Aunt May once in my vein. I don't know. Am I tripping?
No, I just heard May actually.
Or the hot Italian woman.
She was hot and Italian.
She was hot and Italian.
Wearing something skimpy. No,
remember that one scene where she had like the most godly pull ever to get like a free dessert in the in the Chinese shop or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was kind of out of place. I'm gonna be very honest with you. I'm over here looking at the scene and I'm like, what was the scene for? The show that Aunt May is hot. Is that it? Was that literally it? But yeah, that was my take on that.
Okay. So we heard a lot of likes. Was there any dislikes? Anything you just hated about the movie? Andre, yes, you can nitpick.
Oh.
I'll be surprised if he finds anything wrong with it, because while we were like watching it, let me tell you, this fanboy was jumping up and down in his seat.
This fanboy.
Wait,
she is calling you out.
Before you say anything, that first scene after they show like the Vulture becoming the Vulture and whatnot, and you get to like the original Marvel like credits and opening, and they started playing the original 1966 Spider-Man theme, and they like revamped it with like violins and an electric guitar in the background. I was like, holy shit, I am really feeling this song right now. Am I the only one that was like bouncing up and down to that tune in the beginning? Yes.
You were the only one I noticed.
Dog.
Because your seat was rocking.
That thing, and it's also on Google Play and Apple Music. Yes, I looked at it, and I also downloaded it, and I listened to it every single morning. It was a dope theme. All right, it was really good.
I don't believe that was in question, but thank you for sharing.
I mean, Flo was trying to like put me out there because I was bouncing up and down, which I was, but not as much as that first.
I understand, son. You had to let her know, had to assert your dominance. I feel you.
Come on, man. It's Spider-Man in the MCU. We thought this would never happen because Sony and money. Money.
Was it funny when Sony's name still popped up when it first came
on? Right? I nitpick Maurice. Like after the
yeah, I did. Like, oh yeah, niggas actually did something. Like they just saved your fucking franchise, and you're gonna do this shit.
Right. Like it was. I think everybody, well, not everybody in the movie, but where me and Flo were at in the back, there was like true fanboys back there.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as the movie starts, you get these big printed Sony. Like it took up like 60% of the screen, and we're just and it stays there. It doesn't just flash. It goes Sony. And then it'll cut to. I'm like, holy crap! That was a good like 8 seconds when Sony's making sure that hey, this is still us. Don't forget. And I'm like,
don't get it twisted.
Right? Like you guys didn't do anything with this. But I guess that kind of counts as a nitpick. I'm gonna find another one. But anyone else was just like, please go.
The only thing I didn't like was the post credit.
Oh, with Cap?
Yeah. I was just like,
really?
I thought that was hilarious.
That was hilarious.
That was.
It was
can't defend you on this one, Flo. That was funny.
I mean, I was just like, really, y'all. Marvel is just like messing with fans at this point.
That's the point. That's the point. What if it was?
Y'all not gonna give us any hints to Infinity or?
We got that at D23, like the following weekend. No, yeah, the following weekend.
Let's get into that.
They came out with a trailer.
Let's get it. What?
It wasn't a trailer. It was like a teaser. But yeah.
For the people that was there, yes.
But see,
we can get into that. We can get into it. Infinity War and all of that awesome D23 awesomeness in a second. Let's try and stick with Spider-Man because, woo, the past week has been stupid. Let's try and stick with Spider-Man. Maurice, is there anything you didn't like about the movie? This ought to be good. No,
I didn't like the fact that they were trying to expand the universe again at the very end, and that kind of rubbed me the wrong way. Like, oh, why? I mean, he looks convincing as Scorpion, but why are you guys doing this? We haven't learned. Don't tease this shit. Just let it happen when it happens, son. Like,
True.
But that's how you get people hype. You have to tease them.
No, not with this. Not with this. This isn't the time.
Remember the Amazing Spider-Man 2 when the mysterious guy in the hat, who I don't think we ever learn who he is. At the end of the movie, he's walking through a hallway, and this is the most forced thing I've ever seen in my life. And I watched Batman vs Superman. He's walking by, and you see, in succession, Vulture wings, Dr. Octopus's arms, the glider. I think there was the prototype for the Venom suit was back there.
Yeah,
the Rhino suit was there.
So damn near the whole Sinister Six. It was just like laid out for you.
It was really that was the most forced thing I've ever seen in my life.
Right, and like people were mad about that. So why would you try to do it again when they weren't happy about it the first time?
Okay, but I think they were a little bit more subtle with it.
Yeah, no. No. I mean, I disagree. I disagree entirely.
Compared to Amazing Spider-Man?
Like I said, that's really relative. If you compare it to Amazing Spider-Man, Batman versus Superman is subtle. Like the man was literally walking down the hallway saying, "Okay, this is Spider-Man's entire Rose Gallery right here. Let me just walk down this hall." With Spider, if you want to compare it to, like, let's say Captain America, I think they alluded to. Did they allude to Bucky Barnes at all for Winter Soldier in the first movie?
I think Bucky Barnes was in the movie, the first movie, like the first Captain America movie. Sorry.
But in that scenario, in that case, it made sense because that's a part of Captain America's story. That's a part of his actual thing. Vulture going to jail and just so happened to run into Scorpion is not a part of any type of story, and it just seems forced. Like, oh, here's the end. You know, Scorpion's coming, and he said he had friends. Woo, okay. In that case, yeah, that is kind of forced. But it's not as bad as as the other things that we've seen. So I'm willing to get it a pass personally, Maurice.
I mean, that's just my one thing to nitpick about because. It's just the history. You can't do that.
If I want to really go into it, and this is something that Marvel has really struggled with. Once again,
killing the villain.
No, not killing the villain.
Oh, okay. Let's go there.
Because the villain, honestly, besides Loki and maybe Ultron, I think this is Marvel's best villain so far. Like, Michael Keaton was very menacing. You don't get to see him all that much. But he was very menacing. He was very, like, every time he was on screen, you just go, like, oh my God, what is he about to do? That first scene where he, like, swoops up Spider-Man and takes him all the way up in the air. And I'm like, I'm actually scared for Peter right here. Like, is he just going to die? We're going to go straight to Miles Morales? Is this how we're going to do this? I actually thought he was, like, in mortal danger there. So
we could, though.
Good.
We could, though. Aaron Davis was in the movie. The guy Down Glover was playing.
He said he had a nephew. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Right. And he's black, so you already know what that means.
The nephew's automatically black, or at least half.
Hey, that's how the rule goes. But anyway, I still think that the score was a little weak. There's
Yeah.
not there's not one track that's like memorable to me.
Mm-hmm.
Really, you're not feeling the Ramones Blitzkrieg Pop?
The what?
They were playing the Ramones.
I feel like you just throw out shit sometimes.
Right,
no, I
what?
don't. No, I don't.
What are you talking about?
I'm not okay. I have to remember that I'm not dealing with classic rock fans. Okay, I'm not at work, so it's the Ramones Blitzkrieg Pop. At the end credits.
Talking about like the original music for the movie, like we can all hum right now the theme for Star Wars or the theme for Indiana Jones, but
maybe not Indiana Jones, but yeah, I see what you mean.
Okay, but I thought you just said that you
the score and the soundtrack are different. The score and the soundtrack are different.
They are. The score is like, okay, that those little hums and violins you hear when something is going around and you're trying to like portray a certain emotion,
or that
like
epic music where it's like the drums are just going extra hard and like the whole instruments are just coming alive like that, and like you hear like the chorus in the background, like that's part of the score. Well, that is like one song of the score.
None of it.
I kind of feel like I don't even think Spider-Man needed that. Like to be honest, like I was so caught up with like the action and the storyline, I didn't even pay attention to it.
But imagine how much better it would have been if it had a really good score that stuck out,
like a Star Wars theme.
Okay, but we didn't need it though.
Whether you want to admit it or not, you can hum the Star Wars theme. You'll remember the James Bond theme. Back to the Future, because not even I can remember that. But I dare you, we've all seen pretty much every single untune from one of those movies. I dare you. You can't do it because they're all so they're in the background so much, and that they're so weak. You don't really notice them at all. And the same thing with Spider-Man. Like, let's take Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 2. We all remember the score for that movie, and if you don't, you're lying to yourself. If you song, right? I'm just saying, Marvel has, and I get it. Marvel has a lot of movies, and if you have all these people come together, which tune do you play and stuff like that? But I still don't think that that's an excuse for like not giving us like a score with most of these movies, because it's almost non-existent. It really is. Villain was awesome, but something that Marvel has also historically struggled with is the
keeping the villains alive
and the color. I mean,
because like the Vulture kind of had to die since he found out. Like as soon, no, sorry, he didn't die. Shit. Oh wow, they kept him alive.
He went to jail.
Oh wow,
that's why he didn't give away his identity.
I'm conditioned.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Oh man. Oh wow, this is great news.
I thought the color palette was kind of, or the color grading for movies like Civil War was incredibly dull, but it's still the strongest Marvel movie.
Is it? Civil War is the strongest, or one of the strongest? And Audrey's gone again.
Okay, I'm trying to think. I mean, Ultron held up.
Wait, you thought Ultron was the best?
I didn't say it was the best. I'm just trying to think, like, compared to Civil War.
Yeah, like, I feel like Civil War only had, like, the 2 good fight scenes, and that was it. Like, the story wasn't stronger than anything we've seen already. And
Okay, we're about to go off on a tangent, but here's the thing. Civil War is one of the only times I'm watching a Marvel movie and I'm going, yo, I don't even care if they're like these different characters interact with each other when they're arguing. Oh, my fault. Let me on mute.
Okay. You good?
Really? Did nobody start talking after that?
No, we were waiting for you to finish your point, but maybe we should just move on.
And then you popped in. Yeah.
But if you couldn't hear me.
No, we thought you were about to fix it, but maybe we should just move on. Let's see. Tracy Ellis is being considered to play Miss Frizz or Miss Frizzle for Magic School Bus movie reboot. Is that it?
So fans have kind of been retweeting and trying to make it trending. They really want like Tracy Ellis Ross to play Miss Frizz in a live action
That's so
movie.
fucking random. I mean, all y'all niggas just told me, y'all, you old enough to play a teacher, so you should play a teacher.
But I mean, I feel like she would be good for the role just because of her personality, and that I think she could be as quirky. But unfortunately, Netflix, they're going to bring back the series, the Magic School Bus, but it's going to be animated, and they already have the chick from SNL to do it. So they probably won't do a live action for a while, but she has expressed interest in playing the role because she saw like it blowing up on social media. So fingers crossed. She's riding the hype train. I mean, yeah, why not? I mean, she's not the only one. I mean, there've been fans have been putting fan casting for like forever, and then celebrities see it, and it's like, I'll be up for that. Like, what's the one they want for Green Arrow? The one from Sons of Anarchy. They want him to do like Green Arrow in the Justice League, and then
Ice Cube.
You know, people want either Tyrese or Ice Cube to do Green Lantern.
I still think it should be fucking Idris Elba, but you know, no one sees my.
I think it should be Idris Elba too. Whoever's saying Ice Cube can go fuck themselves. That's a terrible cast.
They just want like another aggressive black guy on screen to play a not aggressive black guy.
Yeah, like that doesn't. Ice Cube.
All right, I can see Tyrese a little bit. Ice Cube though?
Sorry.
Yeah, that's the biggest reach I've ever heard of. Like what? Let's just
that was like the post that they sent out. It was just like him doing the.
I cannot agree with Tyrese or Ice Cube. I mean,
at least with Tyrese, I can kind of.
Not really. No, he just gonna joke the whole time, like.
but just Ice Cube.
Hey, that thought right there, Maurice. That thought right there that you just said is why I didn't want Will Smith as Deadshot.
I mean, Will Smith has played in other movies where he's not playing a stereotypical black dude in the hood or stereotypical funny ass dude from the hood. So
those are 2 movies.
Yeah, 2 movies that Tyrese had.
I can literally list those movies on one hand.
Yeah, Baby Boy, which is starring Tyrese, and Fast and the Furious series, which features Tyrese, and he just plays the hood nigga. Like, at least Will Smith has gone through several different roles, playing different characters, showing his acting range. I don't get that from Tyrese.
Acting range? I just see Will Smith whenever I see Will Smith on screen.
I'm so sorry.
Okay, but that sounds like your personal problem.
Damn.
Like,
how was it different from Maurice's?
I mean, with his thing with like Tyrese, it's like, I'm not gonna lie, Tyrese acting range is kind of limited, but
not to mention you haven't shown me how Will Smith's acting range is limited, given the fact that he has like a lot of fucking movies.
I'm sorry, I just hear oh hell no.
Yeah. Oh hell no.
Exactly. And it's funny. I think he sneaks it in almost every.
Oh my God, Andre, you keep cutting out.
He did it with Deadshot, and you know it.
So you keep. I ain't hear any of your shit because you cut out the kid.
I think you just. What's your beef with Will Smith? Why are you hating on the Fresh Prince?
He keeps hitting on hell now.
I don't hate Will Smith. I just think that he's kind of monotone to me.
I don't see it.
You're really trying to out your mind and say that, aren't you?
I mean, like everyone, like I like him when he does. He's very good with sci-fi action comedy, which make him perfect to go in any comic book or superhero type or supervillain role.
Who you talking
about? Will Smith.
Will Smith? Okay, so let me just put this out. I'm not saying Will Smith should play GL in any shape or form. I'm saying Idris Elba, just based off the fact that Idris Elba played in that BBC series where he was like a detective for like homicidal cases.
Luther. Oh my god.
Luther.
I love
that is the character we fucking need to play GL. That's what I'm basing this off of. Tyrese, no, fuck that. Get out of here. I'm not sure how Will Smith got brought in, but I was trying to bring it back full circle. We trying.
Because he was like, when I said one of the picks for Green Lantern was Ice Cube.
Okay. I don't know how that brings in Will Smith.
And then he compared it to Will Smith.
Okay.
And then there's only like 5 black actors.
Okay.
Oh, it's true. You have Tyrese Gibson, Will Smith, Idris Elba. I'm really having a tough time with the others. I really am. Michael B. Jordan.
Okay, and then you have the cast of Empire.
Terrence Howard.
Don't act like that show. Taraji P. Henson.
That nigga that's playing Poe in Star Wars. No, Finn. Sorry, Finn. It's Finn. Poe was the
second time doing that.
I know. I don't know why. He looked like a Poe to me. I don't know. We should name him Poe.
He's black. He looks like Poe. Let's just give him. Hey, you're black. Poe.
I don't know what it is. I can't remember for shit. So FMA has another chapter in the works. I'm not sure if this is a continuation or.
Is it supposed to be like off the live action though? So whatever the live action does is supposed to follow it or something?
Really? That's smart. I
don't fucking know.
I mean, from what I was looking into, it just seems that they're probably writing a new chapter just to kind of boost attendance for the live action movie. But I don't think they really need to do that because the trailer looks solid. Like usually live action anime doesn't turn out all that well, but from the trailer,
Titan movie looked solid as well. But let's not. I didn't watch it, but I just hear nothing but bad things about that movie.
Yeah.
When it comes to this, isn't the shit on Japan, but Japan doesn't exactly have a good track record when it comes to live action movies, in my opinion.
Battle Royale, that was live action.
That was an anime?
No. I wasn't.
It was live action though.
Okay, my guy. So let me know when people start summoning alchemy in Battle Royale. Let me know when people do that.
They were summoning guns and blood out of nowhere. I mean, I don't see why alchemy is too far of a stretch of the imagination.
Definitely not the word I would use right there. I think the word you mean is acquiring and killing other people for it. So
there was a lot of blood. There was a lot of blood being spilled, so they had to be in that shit from another dimension.
Stabbed a dude in the dick like 17,000 times.
Yeah,
there would be blood.
I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, there was a lot more than what a human body can hold, and that's all I'm saying.
I hope that number.
I don't think you understand what 8 pints of blood is, my guy.
I don't think the movie understands that either, because they definitely went through some blood fights. So.
I mean, multiple people are bleeding, so when you take.
But it's one body. How does it spread like that much from one body?
Because you're dealing with arterial spray because the heart is still pumping, but they're still losing a limb or.
What are we talking about?
Battle Royale.
We're talking about Battle Royale and how Maurice can't fathom the fact that people generate blood and have a lot of blood in their bodies.
No, generate that much blood. There was a lot of fucking blood in Battle Royale.
I mean, is it generating much blood or is it like it's just splurting out?
So surprised, like, oh my god, why is there like almost 2 metric tons of blood coming out?
So they were literally bleeding out. Son, I'm sorry, they were literally bleeding out for like minutes in that movie. Minutes. Humans don't
stylized action, son.
Okay, stylized. Stylized.
I don't know.
So
me with that FMA live action,
yeah.
I find it a little awkward. I mean, I'm not trying to be racist. I really am not. But it's just always gonna stick in the back of my head that you have all Japanese people playing these parts. When I'm thinking, who the hell is from Japan named Edward Elric or Alphonse?
That's racist.
I'm trying not to be. I'm really.
I mean,
I'm really trying not to be racist, but it's like I'm always gonna picture this in my head if I ever watch this. You know, it's not gonna be like, oh, that was a great part. I know, but it's always gonna be
there. I actually feel the same way because let's face it, Edward, his whole family, everybody in that show, they're white. Like, let's not
specifically German.
Right, like let's not pretend. Edward has his eyes may not be blue, but his hair is blonde. Japanese, if you're Japanese, you cannot have blonde hair. That's just not in their genetics. It just doesn't.
But they still dye it. Don't act like they don't dye.
Not in their genetics.
Their flow is not in their genetics.
Okay, I'm just saying.
So when I see a blonde-haired Japanese person, it's gonna look just as strange as a black dude with white hair. It just doesn't, even though that's actually possible. So let's not.
Yeah, because of age.
Or they could be albino, but you know that too. I guess.
I was gonna go with albino too.
Yeah, albino. Damn, albino.
Yeah, because like it's just the whole setting of FMA is like it's clearly taken from like post World War II Germany. They have a Führer. There are tanks all over the place. They live on the countryside, and like there's like regular European architecture all over the place. And then you just throw the Japanese guy in there. I'm just going, nah, B, I don't think I can dig it. That's almost as bad as like if like
white people were playing pharaohs in Egypt.
We don't know what pharaoh they were. Look how triggered she got.
I did not get triggered.
Oh my god.
Are you okay?
Are you okay? That's a better question.
Please fix your mic.
I can't. It's
oh my god.
Okay.
I didn't hear what he said.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. I mean, it was probably offensive, but like,
he said it was probably offensive.
It wasn't that offensive. Though.
That offensive. You see how he uses that offensive, but it was somewhat offensive.
So it was offensive.
all I said was we don't know what colors the pharaohs were.
Okay.
Black.
Sure.
They're not brown.
I'm just saying.
They weren't white.
The Prince of Egypt, they were like a caramel color, so I think that's the most accurate representation because it's the Prince of Egypt. And that was a godly movie, by the way. I don't know why you're getting triggered by this.
I don't know why you. Wasn't that a Disney film? Are you allowed to reference a Disney film?
I was helping you out with your explanation because it looked like you were struggling, but okay.
Prince of Egypt was DreamWorks.
Oh, DreamWorks? I mean, it's still kind of Disney.
What do you mean, kind of Disney?
It's like a Disney extension. It's Disney extension.
Disney. So I guess the Road of El Dorado is almost a Disney movie, right?
I think so. I mean, Disney clearly getting it right. So. Well, they had it right, then they just fucked up.
They most definitely didn't.
Yeah. Shell, son? Okay. We're not going to get into that.
Okay.
So, FMA chapter, do we know if it's a continuation or, like, what is it? Is it just... I heard hype for movie, but... Okay.
Yeah, they didn't really say, like, which direction they were taking it. It's just like, oh, they're gonna hand out the free manga for those that go see the live-action movie.
Okay.
I'm gonna need y'all to go see a live-action movie and bring me back the manga, because I don't think I want to see it.
True.
You realize you will probably have to travel... Oh, wait, no. Is it even coming over to the States?
States.
Good question. It would be nice.
I mean, it'll be over in the States whether Japan wants it to or not, just so you know.
Hold on, did you just say whether Japan?
Whoever's producing it, I'm sorry. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure Japan is...
Yeah, whatever country's producing it, that's why I was going for the country, alright?
I'm pretty sure Japan is producing this.
Okay. See, thank you.
It's in Japanese. What?
I'm trying to figure out why you said the Japan. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
I don't think I said the Japan. I just said Japan. Whether Japan wants it to or not, it's coming to America. Yeah. Okay. Anyways,
He's talking about the illegal way. # we don't do things illegal.
Of course not. Why would we do that? Rami Malek.
What do you think I am, a criminal?
Yes.
I don't know, man.
Okay.
Nobody, we don't torrent nothing over here. Nope.
What's a torrent? What is that?
What is a torrent?
I think it's a vegetable. I don't know. I think it's a
vegetable. Rami Malek is casted for Freddie Mercury in the upcoming Queen movie titled Bohemian Rhapsody. Kind of interesting choice for the name there. Just, straight off the bat. Yep, best song ever. They naming it that.
I can agree with that. They could have also went with Radio Gaga. That would have been a good second.
You fucking hipsters.
What?
It just felt like the right response. I'm sorry. That was unwarranted.
I mean, no, Bohemian Rhapsody is one of the greatest songs of all time.
I know, but should have been X song, because that was good too. It sounded a little hipstery.
Somebody to Love was also pretty good.
How do you guys feel about the pick for Freddie Mercury? Do you feel like they picked a strong actor? Unfortunately, I don't know much about him, so you guys have to educate me.
I mean,
he was gay.
You never saw Mr. Robot?
Hmm?
You never saw Mr. Robot?
No.
What? That series was so good.
Have you ever seen Teen Titans Go all the way through?
Why?
Got him.
That's just a thing that we gotta just put that into everything.
Always.
Why?
Because it's a decent show, alright?
Oh my God.
And we're showing everyone how good of a sport. Okay. We're showing everyone how good of a sport you are too. The last one's kind. The last one may be like a maybe.
If I can't get Spectacular Spider-Man, you can't have a decent Teen Titans show. So.
It's called Young Justice and Teen Titans Go. They are decent shows.
I don't think Teen Titans Go is a replacement for Titans.
I'm not saying it is. I'm not saying it is a replacement. Just like it, damn it.
A replacement.
Okay. Thank you for showing up, Laura. We appreciate you. And
thank you, Flo, and your biased opinion.
Anyway, I think
biased.
The pick for Freddie Mercury, I do agree with. The only concern is like I don't think I ever heard him sing. You know what? Did you ever see the Night at the Museum, the Smithsonian?
Yes.
So he played the Pharaoh.
Oh, he was cool. A little straight edge, but he was cool.
Yeah. So I'm still trying to I never heard him sing. I don't really if they have him lip sing Freddie Mercury stuff, I wouldn't mind that. I think he could pull off. I think he could definitely pull off the look, and I definitely think that he could probably channel Freddie Mercury. As long as they don't mess it up like they did the Tupac movie, I would be pretty satisfied.
That's interesting. Isn't he I'm sorry, Indian or something like that? Rami?
I thought he was I think he's Egyptian, which kind of works because Freddie Mercury was, was he Turkish and from England? Hold on. Google.
It's funny because you mentioned the color of the pharaohs. He said black, and pharaohs are Egyptian, and this guy Rami is white. I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm just trying to get fun for what matters. It's probably working, so.
It's not because to be honest, I'm kind of I've just been ignoring you and just looking into Freddie Mercury. Let's see. Oh, he was born in Stone Town, Tanzania.
That is.
So, where is that?
I love. You said it was such a. He was born in Stone Town, Tanzania. All right, so where is Stone Town?
So Africa. Okay, so Freddie Mercury is from Africa. Okay, I didn't know that.
So he's African.
So there we go.
Is he African?
It said Tanzania. Tanzania is
that's where he was born.
In the continent. Yeah, and that's in Africa.
That's
so. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I get that that's in Africa. I mean.
We got an African playing for
yeah.
the and that's gonna make the white people upset.
Okay, but it's the truth. I mean, whatever. I mean, I'm just glad that we're gonna get a biopic about Queen and Freddie Mercury. So yay!
Maybe they can.
Oh my
what?
God.
What? I would just turn into Little John every time Andre speaks. What?
I think you're the only person I've ever met that actually says Little John instead of Little John.
I'm sorry, I should have laughed out like that. I wasn't really expecting that because I just realized, like, oh yeah, she does do that.
You did pronounce the T's. That's amazing. Okay.
I'm sorry. That just caught me off guard for a second. Wait a minute, did that say T's? Okay.
Oh my god. I'm so sorry for speaking proper.
You want to talk about? I mean, his name isn't proper inherently, though. So.
I'm about to say that's actually his name.
So technically, you were wrong.
It's not your fault.
Oh my god.
Everybody's fault.
It's not my fault.
Who's the first rapper to call himself Lil anything? Why is this a thing? And it's still a thing.
Asking questions.
Because this is the IMO
Oh,
podcast.
speaking of rappers, good transition there, Andre. It's almost like you planned it or looked at the agenda. Big Boy made a return with his song Madman featuring Killer Mike from Run the Jewels. Made Man. I'm sorry, because he's black, I got confused. Because, you know, black men are always mad and stereotypes and such.
Oh my god.
I'm helping.
I mean, it's kind of true.
So yeah, did you guys listen to the song at all?
I did.
Mike is on it. It's probably good. That's just kind of.
Yeah, they were rapping. I really appreciated that.
It had the ATL sound.
They had that rapping sound too, where they were like putting bars together.
I was gonna be like,
you didn't listen to it, did you?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I did. Being like kind of sarcastic and kind of mocking rappers like Lil Uzi Vert and Lil Yachty, who claim to be rappers, and then
those are Wait, those are rappers?
Right?
You sure those aren't just cheerleaders up for promotion and shit?
Like, they don't seem like it.
I mean, to be honest with you,
rock stars. Get it right, you will not address them in such ways. They're going to be angry at you.
I mean, I'm not trying to throw hate or whatever on their success. Sure, they're making millions. Cool. You guys are still ass. I mean, like people always told me, like at work, people like bump their shit. I don't even know why, but
they bump their shit at work for the beat, not for the lyrics. What?
Yeah, you guys might like they have some like catchy beats and whatever, but I'm like they're not good rappers, Oh, I'm a hater. I mean, is it really hating if they're really bad?
It's more of your opinion. And I'm not trying to defend them or anything, but
it sounds like with that sentence you kind of defended them. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
I mean, well, you can take it however you want.
I just told you how I'm taking it.
This guy tonight. Oh my god. Their music does have a time.
I just don't like.
Place for it. What else can I say?
I just don't like the response of music's not about the bars anymore. I don't like that specifically. Like
right.
they can make.
What do you mean? Like what? So you said that music is not about the bars, or rap?
Rap. Sorry, rap isn't about the bars.
Okay, like I said, specifically, you're out of line with that.
Yeah.
I went to hear bars in Beethoven's Fifth Symphony. Like, holy crap!
You just watch epic rap battles.
Okay.
Oh, true.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I had to defend my man's real quick. I'm sorry.
That was clutch as fuck.
It's kind of it's a hard argument because if you want to get down to it, yeah, none of them can rap for real. Anybody can say one word and say the next word in the next stanza and make it rhyme because it's the same word.
Cat,
anybody can
that, do back, sack. I got your girl in the sack on my back with my cat. Hey, I'm making the album, boys. We going.
You going 0 platinum.
But
it still went platinum.
Right. Understand.
But yeah, it has its place in. Let's put it this way: if I'm by myself and I put on my headphones, yeah, I don't want to listen to like just Migos and Lil Uzi Vert, whose album was absolutely terrible, and Lil Yachty's album, which was even worse. If I'm like by myself and I'm in a mode, like let's say I'm like playing video games or something. No, that's not what I want to listen to. But I will admit, if I'm out and about, like let's say, which I go to a bar or something, or strip club or club or anything like that. Okay, yeah, I don't want to hear Killer Mike and spitting like a cold 16 while everybody just like trying to get their groove on or something. Wow, I just said get their groove on. While everybody's trying to. I want to hear the music that's going to make the women dance, and that's why I'm here.
Why do you want to hear the music that make the women dance, though?
Because they dance. Reese,
I know, but like, why do you specifically want to hear it?
Because apparently he wants to see them twerk and dance.
There you fucking go. Okay.
I mean, is there anything wrong with that, though?
It does work. Say what?
Like, is there anything wrong with that, though?
There's nothing wrong with
exactly.
There's nothing wrong with women twerking. But I'm just saying, like, that's not exactly a good argument because that just promotes more bad music. Like, oh man, I can sell out, make club beats, and make a whole bunch of money. Now make any type of like meaningful music. Like
it's not exactly bad music.
But here's the thing:
the beat isn't bad. So let me should I buy the
Big Boy and like from like his time and like Outkast, like they were able to make conscious music and like still create songs that you could dance to. So why can't a song have both? Both have bars and a dope beat.
No one likes Tech
because
9.
not everybody is as talented as Big Boy. All right,
or Tech 9.
Be real.
Because no one likes.
Then they probably shouldn't be in the industry.
Huh? That's not. You're all in every period, in every time. You're gonna have someone who doesn't exactly. They don't really make good music, but they have a couple songs that bump. I think Drake is one of those people. I think Drake is highly overrated. But once Hotline Bling comes on, Drake becomes the greatest thing ever. So everybody has their own niche. Is Migos comprised of the greatest rappers ever? No, but their music is hot right now. Is Tech 9 one of the greatest rapper of all time? Yes, I think that. But at the same time, I don't want to listen to Tech 9 all the time where I'm going out somewhere. Like,
nigga, but you just said that you wanted to go to the club and listen to, like, you know, music that makes the women twerk. That's all the music that Tech 9 fucking makes. Aside from, like, his super sad shit about, like, his wife and his mom dying, like, he makes club bangers. That is his music.
Yeah, the one verse where you screamed out my mom died, oh my god.
Okay.
That was very traumatizing right there.
I feel you, son.
He said it with his chest.
He said everything with his chest, son. He does. That's what he did.
Okay, stop it. even though I don't like Tech 9 all that much.
And I don't understand why people don't, because it's like he has the best of both worlds. He has the bars and he has the beat. So basically, what you're telling me is that I probably shouldn't even listen to fuck. I shouldn't even go to the Migos or go to Lil Uzi Vert and listen to their music. I should just get the fucking producer's music and just listen to instrumentals all day. Like what? Like is that rap? Is that really rap right now?
That's a valid argument. I just don't want to get it into a rut where it's like, oh, where they're not rapping. And I'm not saying you're saying this, Maurice. So
I feel you.
Make that clear. I just don't want it to get into this old argument. oh, they're not doing the traditional way. They're not spitting a cold 16, so it's automatic garbage. I absolutely hate that argument, and whenever I hear it, I just don't even partake in it because it is just the dumbest thing ever. Oh well, these new school people ain't doing it like the old school people, so they're automatically trash.
So what makes
I
so for one, what do you mean like a cold 16? Like you mean like freestyle material, or do you mean like
no,
a song with substance? A song with substance.
Being a song, well, you can't say song with substance because that just makes
like Stan versus like any Go Hard rapper, ex Go Hard rapper song. Run the Jewels, all latching still. Like which one are you talking about, Stan or Run the Jewels?
Run the Jewels. So like let's say like you have the hook, and then you have their verses. I'm very terrible at rapping,
is that
guys.
circus?
You know what I'm trying to say?
You doing the circus beat?
Yes, it was.
Yes, yes, I was. But anyway, you have the typical rap structure back in the day was chorus, verse, and then you got the last chorus at the end. I feel that everybody that says, "Oh well, they didn't have like this many bars or this many lyrics or this didn't make any sense or this didn't rhyme with his stanza from 40 sentences ago," because Eminem does that a lot, and that's why he's the greatest of all time. Did you know that? Did you know that "Lose Yourself" rhymes with every single Never mind. I'm not about to get into it. Sorry, I went off. Eminem is the greatest of all time, all right?
Okay. Maybe we should.
Okay, but here's my thing against like trap music.
We should move on after Fenora's point.
Yeah, because like the whole thing with trap music, it's like you can reinvent things all you want, but at the same time, can you say something of value,
substance?
That's my whole thing. Yeah.
Why does everything have to be that though?
Because that's the fucking music. Like if you're just gonna if you're just gonna like make music just to have a beat on it, just because like you like the beat and you just want to say shit on a dope beat, why am I buying your music? Like what are you saying on this dope beat? Shouldn't the producer just like release his own album with all the dope beats you pick, and then that just be the thing I listen to? Because I don't need. I need you to make the beat come alive, not you. You know, like the rapper.
I don't know how I'm supposed to take that then, because you're saying, oh well, why don't I just buy the producer's thing? You can't just buy the producer's music because it's attached to this artist, right?
I feel you on that. But I feel you on that. But my thing is like, if you're just buying it for the beat, then you shouldn't. Then you should just be supporting the producer, not so much buying the producer make an album.
The producer would be buying that music though.
No, they already get paid for that. They don't make any more money past like using the beat, passing like the initial like license agreement.
That's the industry's fault. We can't do nothing about that.
I mean, you can buy the producer's music. That's one step. Two would be not to buy fucking Lil Uzi shit or listen to Migos shit, because it's not like substance rap. I'm not saying it has to be like a Cold 16, but it's just like nonsensical shit too.
Wait, what is substance rap then?
A Tribe Called
like actual yeah, there we go.
So everything, and this is what I'm going back. Everything that's like everything has to be that. Everything has to have a story.
Lamar, J. Cole.
So everything just has to be that. Everything. That's literally what you're saying. Everything has to be Run the Jewels. Everything has to be A Tribe Called Quest.
That would be nice if we lived in that. That would be nice if we lived in that world. I ain't gonna lie to you.
True.
If that's the case, every single rock star is at fault from.
Well, I mean, at least the rock stars have like a story. Like I understand that they're hurt in their song because bitch did something. Like with
most of Megadeth's music is just them screaming. What are you talking about? So why is it when the white people do it, it's fine, but when the black people do it, it's not okay? They got to do it.
I didn't. No one said anything like that. You're getting kind of ahead of yourself.
He actually does have a point right there.
Or like, there are some rock bands that do some conscientious stuff too.
Not to mention, I haven't listened to rock in like a year or so. So we're just gonna throw that out there.
And then there's people like Megadeth, and I don't listen to AC/DC, but I'm pretty sure they've done some nonsensical songs. I said I don't listen to AC/DC, so don't give me that.
Thunderstruck.
Because let's face it, there is an entire genre of music that's just
screamo. I actually don't like screamo.
Personally, I just want to say one thing. I really think people are fucking lying to me when they say they can understand what the hell these guys are saying in screamo. I swear to God, they're lying to me. No, there's actually lyrics. You sure he's not just trying to, like, you know, cough up a loogie or something? Like, he might be saying he can't breathe. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all over there fucking banging to it. This nigga's over here dying.
In the booth. Wait, I can't. I can't. Man, he's going. He's really getting into it. No!
Like, yo, this dude might be hurt, bro.
But no, it's not acceptable. We're not saying that it is acceptable, but because they would get the same. If I listen to more rock as much as I do listen to rap, or haven't listened to rap in like the last 2 years, they would get. I would be doing the same talk that we're having now about why they gotta make some trash ass songs with like blah 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 blah, right? But we're talking about rap right now and how the rappers right now don't really like rap for real, right? That's the whole point of like rap to rap. Like, you're not having rap just to make beats. I mean, of course, it's going to sell the beat because, like, you know, the rapper's making it hot. And it also works vice versa. So, like, if the producer puts on a dope beat and, you know, it kind of comes into, like, that 50-50 range where, like, okay, the rapper can rap and the person who's making the beat is making a beat. Is that's really good. Like, it kind of like coexists very well. But right now, it's more so leaning towards the beat than it is the rapper, and it shouldn't be like that.
That's not okay. So that's your opinion.
No, that's literally how rap has been for like years. Like, if you're not doing that with the rap, like if it's not a 50-50, then it's definitely like something else. Like compare, like at least like in the instances with this will be my last point. With the instances with like Lil Uzi Vert and Lil Yachty with their songs and how they just put like any type of like 16 bars on it or just say like mumble rap shit throughout the whole song, like that's literally not rap.
Okay, well they don't necessarily call themselves rappers, nor do they say it's
rap. At first they did though, and then they reneged on it.
Dudes were saying that they were like the face of rap, like this is what rap is now.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna throw this out here. This is like the only point I'm probably gonna give my last one. They shouldn't call themselves rappers, to be honest with you. Like, if they're not really producing quote unquote what is rap, then why are you calling yourselves the face of rap?
Mm-hmm.
You know, why are you saying that this is what rap is now? That you guys need to like grow up or get out of the old sense. Like, if it isn't rap, then it isn't rap, bro. Just,
if you can,
I mean, I'm not trying.
I can agree with that. I can agree with that. So you're saying, okay, so if it's not both of these things, kind of like how do you make chakra again for Naruto? Some bullshit.
Body and soul.
It's like mental energy, physical energy, and hand signs and shit.
Yeah. So basically, okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. But anyway, so you're basically saying, hey, if you don't have 50% this, 50% that, it's not rap. That's what you're saying.
Because again, the producers making the beat, you have to rap on the beat. That is like the one stipulation. You're not coming on and talking like it's an R&B song. So.
Okay, I mean, and I can agree with that because let's face it, you can't. Because if everybody, and once again, I'm not defending these people either.
These people.
No, that's me playing devil's advocate. That's just what I do because I do like Migos. I literally have one Lil Uzi Vert song that I actually like. And I do like, no, I don't like Future. I think 2 Chainz is decent. So, but it's hard to, if everybody is under that, please stop. if everybody's under that rap umbrella, well, how am I supposed to compare Eminem to Lil Uzi Vert? You can't do it. It's literally impossible.
In the same sentence.
Exactly. So, I think they should have they should have their own name. They should be called trap artists or trappers or whatever you want to call it. Rock stars if you want to. But I do agree. You can't call yourself a lyricist if all you're doing is,
and if they're not, and you know what's funny? Like even if they don't call themselves like rappers, like their shit still is under the hip hop. Okay.
Hey, yo, I swear someone's probably gonna take that and make a song out of it. I swear to God.
I literally took that from Twitter. There's somebody who sounded exactly like that.
Oh, you talking about that one video where he's like not even saying words and he actually made money off of that shit?
Yeah, and he's like in the booth, and like everybody's just looking at him all weird and stuff. Did we see the same video? Probably not.
Nah, it was actually like a music video. Like, dude actually had a whole like setup, and he's literally saying no words over a dope beat, and he actually made money off of that.
Right.
Oh,
and it's funny.
I'm about to say Pootie say.
And it's funny because
no, got that. That's what's up.
Lil Yachty actually came out like years ago. I mean, not came out as gay, but he came out and said on the interview, "Yo, I don't have to do a Code 16 anymore. If I want to come on and make a song called Yah, and it bumps and everybody likes it, I'm gonna make a song called Yah." And I'm like, "Yeah, no."
You said that was Lil
No, that was Lil Yachty.
That was Lil Yachty. He literally said that, and I'm like,
yeah, I remember that.
That's not really. You can't really do that.
That's not okay.
So yeah, you can't really call yourself a lyricist, and you're not spitting.
Or a rapper, for that matter.
But if you want to have like your own lane to do your own thing, and you want to call yourself, I don't know, let's just call them trappers. I think that's perfectly fine, and we shouldn't exactly just shit on them because, oh well, they're just doing something different. No, you have what you like. It's in this lane right here with your Tech Nines, your Eminems, your Tribe Called Quest, your Run the Jewels. Then you have this other lane with, dang, I was about to say Drake, but I don't know what lane Drake is in. He's in the reggae, hip hop, and then
that's all I
got. Unknown. Couldn't have called that.
Yeah, Drake is just.
No.
There was one point where he thought he could speak Patois, and I'm like, what? This doesn't make any. Where did that even come from? Drake, you're white. You grew up in the suburbs. Stop it.
He's from Canada. So.
Yeah, and it's funny because there actually is a lot of Jamaicans in the province that he grew up in, but that's not the point.
Let's wrap it up with this last one now for Rosens.
Yeah.
All right. So everybody got everything out. So Big Boy, Made Men featuring Killer Mike. John, like
is that how we started this?
Yes.
Yes.
Because I didn't even listen to it.
I
didn't listen to it yet either. I'm gonna listen to it though, but I didn't listen to it.
Okay,
yet.
I thought it was good. Not much else to say. I appreciate the timing of this song, and that's all I'll say about that. Destiny 2 beta came out.
Oh my god!
Yesterday,
so much
as of
different about
1 p.m. I think only 2 of us have played it so far. 3 of us have watched some like glimpses of stuff. So if you've seen like anything in the past like month in regards to the Inverted Spire Strike, the story mission, it's kind of like you get to play it instead of watching YouTubers just play it. So I guess this will be like a back and forth between me, Andre, and Jared. Sorry, Flora. I'll get you in the next one. You want to talk about it?
Step your game up.
So let's go into like some simple stuff and kind of work our way down. Graphically, what do you guys think this game is? And we're going to we're going to make direct comparisons to Destiny 1 because this was a very controversial game. And a lot of people liked, a lot of people hated, or even more hated. So just straight off the back, like, yeah, we are comparing the two. So what do you guys think about the graphics from what you've seen or played?
Personally, I don't really see any, like, it's not really noticeable that they upgraded the graphics. To be honest with you, they kind of made like a Borderlands type of move. And what I mean by that is, like, you know how Borderlands 1 or Borderlands 2 and Borderlands pre-sequel, they were 2 different games, 2 different storylines, different guns, different archetypes, everything, but it was the same. It looked the fucking same. Like, they didn't really, in my personal opinion, I don't think they did anything in regards to the graphics. I mean, they might have like smoothed some shit down, like had some more textures or something like that, like very minuscule changes, but nothing drastic for us. Like, oh my god, I'm literally playing in fucking 5D right now. This is some next level shit. Like, nah, it's just, basically, so I'm like, fuck 4D, yo, we went straight to 5D. Like, nah. Sounds really gay, no homo. Anyway, yeah, personally, I don't think they did any changes in the graphics. Like, not that I noticed. I mean, then again, I did play on console, like on PS4, so I don't know if it's gonna be different for, like, you know, Xbox. I damn sure know it's gonna be different for PC. I don't know how different, but yeah, personally on console PS4 perspective, I didn't see much of a difference in graphics.
Okay.
I kind of agree with Jared a bit. This it always gets me because I've been playing Destiny since the year 1, and I remember me and Maurice, we got it for PS3. And when we moved over to PS4, about time, the PS3 version and the PS4 version didn't look too much different. Things were a little bit shinier and stuff like that. But we were just saying, okay, maybe they look similar because maybe the PS3 is kind of holding it back. The PS4 can't really be optimized because they still got to optimize stuff for the PS3 as well, and the PS3 obviously can't do things that the PS4 can do. Now that we've moved on to Destiny 2, we've cut out the what is it the sixth generation of consoles? I think the PS3 was anyway. And I think it's kind of disappointing because there is absolutely no graphical difference between Destiny 1 and Destiny 2. And Destiny 1 was runnable on a PS3. So I'm like, so where's the improvements here? What's going on? Because let's face it, things are just slightly shinier here. Things are just slightly. No, it's not even. I really can't explain it. There's not really too much of a difference here.
Okay. I can't really speak too much to that. I do notice that certain things do look a little bit better. The maps look a little bit bigger. Not like the PvP maps, like the actual story maps. So that looks a little bit.
To say, you was about to harp my heart. You was about to make me sad.
No. The
moon.
The skybox.
The skybox is beautiful. I'm not talking about that. Remember the moon map on Destiny 1?
Yeah, but like the moon map was also like half dead too. So
exactly, which is why you make me scared when you said, "Oh, we got stuff that was bigger than the moon map with 4 players."
Well, I mean, it's more so. There's like they're allowed to have more stuff going on in the screen in the story mode at least. We haven't gotten into like the open world section of it yet, and I'm not sure if it actually exists yet. But as far as like the story mode stuff, it definitely looks like there's a lot more going on, and that's fine. But as far as like the look of everything, like yeah, it does still look like Destiny 1. You can't really say I was expecting much more than that, but it's whatever. Well, it is what it is. Not it is whatever. Let's see. The abilities. Have you guys looked at any of the abilities on any of the classes, and which ones were your favorite, or what are you playing now?
You can go ahead, Andre. I went first last time.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to say this because it's going to sound like I'm shitting on you, which I'm not.
You are.
It sounds like a shit on everything, so I just got to accept that.
Thank you. I'm up to that shit.
This guy. Anyway, if I had to choose one, the Arc Blade Ninja thing, the
Arc Strider.
It actually has a quarterstaff on that shit, but go ahead.
The Arc Strider.
Is that what it's called? Arc Strider?
Yeah.
Arc Strider.
I would say that's my favorite, but if we want to be very honest, it's some of these classes are very similar. Well, at least the supers are. They're very similar to what we've seen in previous games, if I'm being honest with myself.
Yeah, they are the exact.
I mean,
not the
if you look at
but they're
on that point, I just want to throw out there. Does any of y'all play DC Universe Online?
Unfortunately, I did.
Unfortunately, I know. You remember the electrical powers you got on DCU Online? And you remember how you can use the bow staff on DCU Online?
Yeah, all the like powers like buffed up. I mean, major stuff look different.
Yeah, I'm just saying like on that point, I'm like, yeah, they've done that before in DCUO with the Arc Strider that had electric powers and a bow staff. There you go.
Yep, pretty much.
So go ahead, continue on about that.
Yeah, it just looks the same to me, honestly. It okay, so we gave warlocks the ability to throw hammers, just like Hammer of Soul. Nothing has really changed with hunters, to be honest with you. They're just going to be scummy like always. And I haven't really looked at Titan. I just know they could do a shield. That actually looks really cool.
It's strong. Yo, that is really strong right now. That shield.
Oh, it's strong?
Like,
it's
okay.
Like, you hit it a couple times and it doesn't just go away. It's actually like...
No, like, I meant like, it not necessarily like it's strong, like it's complete, like indestructible, durable type shit. I mean it's strong, like it's really helpful. Like, period. Like it takes a decent bit to like get that shield, like to break the shield, but the fact that for one, if you pass that shield, you take damage and you get slowed, but it just no one can shoot through it. So if you're like playing Control or even Countdown, which is like the new game mode, which is basically search and destroy, but there's more like intricacies with the respawns, like reviving and shit. Anyway,
wait, hold up. Andre, that Titan he's talking about has 3 different shields he can use. He's talking about they have class abilities now, so similar to like the Shade Step on Hunter, everyone has like their own like specific class talent.
Oh.
Yeah, my bad. I should have clarified that. But yeah, that shield, it's really impactful in a game. You know, the fact that you can put out a barrier that no one can, well, you can't like shoot through it, but you can like shoot at it. But it just covers a good amount of space. Like the one shield that like basically is a door, it just covers so much space and covers an entryway to where if someone walks through that, they're just, you know, gonna fucking get melted. But it makes them go away that you want them to, and you just focus fire there. You know, so it really impacts the game.
Sounds
you
like
know, it's a really good skill.
It sounds like it's going to be in meta. I can already. I'm just going to call it.
It has to be because like it has to be. That's all because like all the classes of Titan have it, so they all have like that shield they can just bring up, and they all work the same.
Woo.
Yeah. I want to say this towards the classes. They do look similar to the old ones, but they are way more improved as far as like the abilities and what you can do. Because now, Fist of Panic is a roaming super, so you can cast it multiple times. In fact, the 3 supers that we named, the 3 supers that we named, they all roam. So Arc Strider, the Sun Singer, which has like the sword attacks, and
Dawnblade.
Dawnblade.
I think it's Dawnblade.
Dawnblade. Yeah, Dawnblade.
That's the super it's called is Dawnblade.
Yeah. And the Sentinel, which is the new Defender class.
Defender super.
Yeah. So I like the fact that it's all roaming now. That those 3 specifically are roaming because now Ward of Dawn ability activation can either give you like one small shield to go ham with, or a giant shield for PvP. Or PvE, so that you don't like lose utility out on that ability, because it was really solid for what it was. It's just like it was ass in PvP because people could just walk through it for free with no type of consequence to it. And that's what I like about the shields too in these class abilities. It's just like they add like more unique stuff your character can do, more important things your character can do, because now like there's a lot more competitive focus and team-based focus with these abilities. Well, with the Titan ability specifically, because Titan's a team player, unlike y'all niggas.
What?
Hey, don't hate, bro. Don't hate that we can finesse hard.
Hating.
I mean,
wait a minute. Wasn't Andre the one that said that you're always the one that leaves the team and just goes ham?
I am the arrow of my waves.
Literally everyone else besides me. That is literally everyone besides me. So we have a friend named Steven. This dude here, I'm not even sure how he does it. This dude will literally just leave us alone. He'll come back. He hasn't died. He has the most kills, and he's just running around. I'm like, what is this man doing?
Steven just does it.
Like he'll just go off and like he'll just do like the most low thing. He'll come back with like 23 4, and I'm like, what? This isn't fair. How is he doing that? But,
True.
I think.
But yeah, the improvements are great, and I'm really glad like with the system on the abilities though. And don't always go in, just like when it's appropriate. Which is always
that's who you are.
Which is always it's always appropriate to go in. Fuck you, me.
It's not always appropriate.
They nerfed a lot of shit though. Like
yeah, let's talk about guns or abilities, because we're moving on to guns. Abilities. Like what specifically?
So in Destiny 1, right? When you're playing PvP, the main thing you do start a fight with a grenade. You had a grenade almost like every 20 seconds or something like that.
With an optimized build, it's like every 25, 30 seconds.
Yeah, in this one, it feels like every 2 minutes I get a grenade. Like, I'm not trying to say that that's like the actual number, like that's literally how long you get it. But that's how it feels. You know, like your abilities, you have to be really conscious of when you want to do something, or when you feel as though you should like use your dodge. Like for hunters, your shade step, also known as it's called the marksman dodge and the gambler's dodge. That comes back really fucking slow. Like, you have to use that at the right time. If you're not about to die, do not use that, or you're gonna be stuck.
Yep.
It's kind of like burning your flash and leave. You know what I mean?
And that's good, because I like that it became more about the gun skill.
Yeah, and I'm not saying it's bad. Like it needed that because literally you can like nothing and also nothing in the game insta kills you except for like a super or a heavy.
Good.
Nothing.
Good.
Nothing in the game will insta kill you unless it's a super or a heavy.
No, they even nerfed like shoulder charge as well.
Oh yeah, shoulder charge doesn't insta kill. No sticky insta kills. Nothing. Just heavies
also,
and
no
super
panic fusion grenade kills.
No, they nerfed the damage. God,
you just flick it and you just die.
Basically, no fusion grenade insta kills, no flux grenade, no magnetic insta kills, nothing. Just
sticky damage got nerfed heavily. Like magnetic grenade doesn't even like work the same anymore. It's pretty much unusable now. I have to use suppressor.
Oh, and I'm sorry, Maurice, but I have to throw this out there because this is the funniest thing I've ever seen. When we were playing the beta, and you like melee this dude 3 times, it takes 3 fucking Titan melees to kill a dude.
Yeah. Cause like I think I was using Striker class and like the Storm Overlord fist like punch. That's what like really does a lot of damage. That's the one that really does a lot of damage. But that one didn't do it. Well, they made it so that there's no more Storm Overlord fist. It's just the shoulder charge. So I literally have to like dash up and shoulder charge you. Like I can't dash up and melee. Like I can't just shoulder charge from like the button anymore, or like you guys can. Like I can't just like activate a melee on the Striker Titan class.
Yeah, like these balances, like the nerfs and whatever, it takes a bit to get used to because you're so used to the meta being like, oh yeah, I get my grenade every like 15, 20 seconds, and I always have a shade step every like 3 seconds or whatever. It just shifts like, hey, you know, this shit isn't broken anymore. You know, you have
it's
to
not
actually
free. Yeah.
Yeah, shit isn't free anymore. Like you actually have to play like a good player. You know what I mean? And I feel as though it needed that. Like it really needed that because people like, and even with the beta, you can even tell just by what you can do in the beta. The main things you can do are a strike and competitive and quick play. That was the main things that people were complaining about. You know, that's where they want to shift their focus. Like, hey, this is what you guys want.
These good?
And we're gonna do some heavy testing on these.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's good.
Are you sure they're good? All right, we got the game, boys.
Yeah, and also they also buffed the skills in the way too. Because I'm not. Do you ever use Force Barrier before on Defender class?
I've never used Titan.
Okay, so Defender class has a Force Barrier, so whenever they kill you with a punch, they get a shield. Now, like with certain abilities like that, it applies to everyone. So everyone in range gets that shield, and the same thing goes for like Chain of Woe on the Gunslinger class.
Oh yeah, Chain of Woe, yeah, it's kind of like a free outlaw for everyone. So yeah, they did buff certain things to like kind of emphasize, hey, you know, you have a team, just keep that in mind. So it definitely coordinates more. And since they added this new competitive game mode, I feel as though they're like trying to emphasize, hey, you know, maybe you guys should play more as a team than like salty teenagers who don't have any friends or some shit or whatever.
Right, it's not Call of Duty, it's team oriented.
No, and I kind of like that. You know, I can feel it.
Yep. And so the guns, they did a lot of balancing to the guns, like a lot.
Oh, yeah.
So there's no more primary, secondary, heavy. There's kinetic, energy, and power. Power is So the first 2 slots are primary weapons that have kinetic damage or non-elemental primaries. The second slot is elemental primaries only, and the last slot is every other gun in the game, besides sidearms.
All right. So here's I'm not trying to say he's wrong, but basically every single gun can be a primary and a secondary, except for shotgun, snipers, rocket launchers, and grenade launchers.
So literally every other gun besides sidearms. I got you. My description was like on fleek, but you know you're going to be a hater.
It was good, but it's just like I'm being more specific, I guess.
I was being equally specific. You just said it a different way. I'm gonna fight that one. But fuck you.
Alright, I love you too, bro. But yeah, like so you like right now I run a pulse rifle, a kinetic pulse rifle, and a solar auto rifle as my secondary. Right?
Wow.
So that's basically so you can have you can have 2 hand cannons. You can have like a kinetic hand cannon and a solar hand cannon. You know, so it's not really like OP like kind of like where Zala was a primary elemental in Destiny 1. But you can still just, hey, I want a arc or a void auto rifle as my secondary, and I also want a scout rifle. Speaking of which, scout rifles, oh my god,
they nerfed those.
They are
around.
weird.
Like I'm not sure if it's the one I have that's ass, but go ahead.
Oh no, I'm pretty sure it's all because I mean the scout rifles are like all the guns, they don't really have a role. Like you know how you can have like outlaw or something like that. They don't have like any god rules. They're all the same role, but you're just like looting for the guns. You know, the exotics, all of them are legendary, but just the scout rifles, you have to. Okay, so you do almost no fucking damage if you don't hit a headshot. You're tickling people without a headshot. But when you get a headshot, bro, dog, you are melting. Like, if you're on point with that, if you got the new aimbot or whatever, you will destroy.
The new aimbot. You mean all I need to do is figure out what's the new Mighty multi-tool? On it.
Basically. No, not even the fact of the new Mighty multi-tool, just you have to hit headshots with that scout rifle to be really consistent. Because, think about it, Hung Jury was a thing in Destiny 1. Like, if you didn't use Hung Jury, you're an idiot, basically.
I use it more for PvP.
I didn't use it. PvP, oh my God, was godly. I don't know.
Yeah, PvE, it was godly.
It was godly. No, PvP and PvE, it was godly. Like both, like that. It was that first god roll they had on Hung Jury. Like I think around Taken King 2, that shit was amazing.
And it exploded and shit. Like its rounds exploded into.
Son, it did less damage. The stability, the bullets were massive, son. Like, oh my god, that was such a good gun.
Yeah, it was kind of nuts.
I'm sad now. So shotguns are power weapons now, and that's great. So we don't have to worry about people running out of shotguns. There is a big change to heavy. Now only 2 people total can get it at one time, and they spawn like every minute or so on the map. Not
every
randomly.
Like minute and a half, I think.
Minute and a half. Not randomly, but it is. So it's in like the same location every time.
Yeah.
So that's also good too.
It's kind of a small thing that I noticed, and I don't think people are gonna. I mean, unless you go to like the super competitive league and whatever, but it actually tells you what someone picked up. Like, you know how people's like, oh yeah, he picked up heavy, right? Mm-hmm. It'll tell you, hey, this person just picked up a rocket launcher, or hey, this person just picked up a sniper. You know, so you you kind of know. Yeah, so you like, oh shit, he has a grenade launcher. Don't be in any choke points. Or hey, he's got a rocket launcher. Watch out for. Stay away from him. He's got a sniper rifle. Okay, be more elusive. Like, just don't stand still, basically. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of like what they did with the power weapons, especially because everyone knows the shotguns was like the thing that basically killed Destiny 1, in my opinion. Like PvP, like, oh, we nerfed shotguns. No, you didn't. Oh, we nerfed shotguns. No, you didn't. It's still fucking strong as shit.
They tried their best with what they could do and still keep a shotgun as a shotgun. I believe that they actually tried to do it, but that doesn't help the fact that they failed, because conspiracy theory D is still going to be conspiracy theory D. It's just
conspiracy theory D, Matador, like, oh,
don't even get me started on Matador. Just peek around the corner, you die. What that Matador?
Party Crasher +1, bro. Like, oh my god.
I like shotguns.
I'm gonna hit you from across the map. It's okay. You'll be alright. I missed that.
Like, yeah, don't let one of those shotgun shells. Don't let one of those be a headshot. That's just it's not even debated. Like,
I like shotguns in Destiny.
Say what?
I like shotguns. It's actually my go-to. Like,
you go in on every situation.
Yeah, because I'm a fucking Titan. You better get it right. No, but yeah, I definitely went all the time as a Titan.
I mean, from personal experience in playing a lot of shooters, I feel as though shotguns are the hardest thing to balance when it comes to a gun. Like, because you want to keep it as a shotgun. Like, hey, if you get close to me, I should be able to one-shot you. Like, I mean, then again, the Chaperone, they kind of just said, nah, fuck everything about that gun. But shotguns, like in Gears of War, shotguns are the main thing that the Coalition right now is trying to patch and balance. Because it's either too strong or not strong at all.
True. I will agree with that. Like in Overwatch, you have this character named you play Overwatch. What am I talking about? There's Reaper, right?
Oh,
and it's like,
oh my god.
And like in real world, I get it because it's not like, hey, you're more than 6 feet away from me. This shotgun's not going to do damage. No, in real life, if you have a shotgun, you could be standing from pretty much anywhere. That's still gonna either kill you or do something.
You're gonna eat it.
But in video games, you would expect that, hey, all right, he's got to be within a certain range. No, not Reaper. This man Reaper can be like a clean 10 feet away from you. He is still like DPSing you. Just he's. I don't like Reaper. All right, terrible character. His shotguns go way too far.
I don't even think it's the shotguns. He just has so many different tools for disengaging and re-engaging and flanking. Like,
survive any ult in the game.
Yeah, like that's not that's what makes him broken, not the shotguns. The shotguns could be fine.
I mean, and kind of what Andre said, like, you could be standing a clean any foot away and still get a kill with shotguns. I remember Battlefield 3, bro. You had dudes that would run around with a USAS 12 and kill every single person in a hallway. Any distance. Like, literally. Like, I know you were, bro. I know you were. Fucking USAS 12, I think BF4 had BF3 had the frag rounds. Hey. You had a USAS 12 with frag rounds, you won. You had lobbies dedicated saying, look, you cannot use this gun. Period.
Wow, really? It was like that?
I'm so serious. You would get banned if you used that fucking gun, yo. That gun was ridiculous. It's like, no use has 12 frag rounds. No use has 12. None. Like, just, thank God Destiny didn't fucking come out with a fully automatic or semi-automatic shotgun.
They did.
Did they?
They
oh,
did.
God. What
it was invective, but it wasn't like used heavily until
I was about to say Fourth Horseman.
Oh yeah, Fourth Horseman, but that was completely ass.
I'm about to say those guns, they were exotic too. That's the sad part.
Yeah, and then like they couldn't keep the magazine. The magazine size was like ass on them too.
I mean, when you have an automatic shotgun, I mean, I guess that kind of comes with the territory.
Mm-hmm.
It would be busted if you could just, all right, well, here's like 400 rounds. Do whatever you need to do.
Yep, true. Invective was solid though, but it didn't like see a whole lot of play until after taking King. Until like the what was it? It was at the secondary ammo nerf. So people would just use that because it also regenerated ammo, but it was more so for the regenerated ammo perk than the semi-automatic perk or the automatic perk.
True.
I'm about to say that gun. I love that gun in PvE. Like the fact that I never ran out of ammo with a shotgun was really helpful.
What did you? Okay, so let's just move on. So gameplay, I think it was kind of similar to previous Destiny games. We kind of touched on a little bit with the guns. Like it seemed like everything is a bit more slowed down, which is good because Destiny got super chaotic and not in mayhem. Just like normal modes where people had like 3 supers that game because they were just snowballing super hard. Now it's hard. You can't technically snowball as hard in Destiny, but you can still. It's still kind of like there just because of the supers, but it's still like not to like very very late game, and it's
Speaking of supers.
Yeah.
Speaking of supers, oh my god, yo, fucking okay. So Destiny 2 beta, they've made it really hard for you to get your super. Like you have to slay for your super. And that kind of goes with the fact that if you're getting your ass beat, you don't get it. You can go a whole game without one. In Destiny 1, you had a super. It didn't matter what, unless like Shaq's called like a 2-minute like slaughter rule or whatever, you were gonna get a super. There are games where you're just like, nah, I'm not gonna get a super. You know, you didn't play hard enough. You don't get one. So if you're on the opposing team where like they're like if they have their super and they're stomping like they're just beating your face in, you can't. It's harder to come back. Like it's almost impossible at that point because you know you got all these roaming supers to just keep killing you.
Yeah.
You know, especially with coordination, they're just gonna keep killing. You're not gonna do anything. And I feel as though that kind of needs to get looked at. You know,
well,
because there has to be some comeback factor.
I was able to outrun some of them, and that kind of surprised me.
It's not to the point where it's like broken, like, oh yeah, the game's over if you don't get a super. You know, you can outplay them, but it makes it a lot harder than what the game already is. Like the game is supposed to be harder, you know, in the PvP sense. But now you're just adding another handicap. Like I don't think that's necessary.
Yeah.
You know, I mean the supers, yeah, they needed to be toned down, but not to the point where a team can't get one.
I guess that's
you know.
Except for Hammer Soul, just forget that.
Oh, fuck that super. And Maurice, I know what you're gonna say, but fuck you and everything about that.
Y'all some haters, and y'all been riding the fucking
bandwagon.
Hey,
really?
if you call me a hater for fucking hating the Hammer of Soul, when you hear that, dog, I get scared when my teammates fucking use that super.
Good.
Like, oh my god, where the
Stay scared.
No, fuck
it's
that.
Dude, when you hear the clank, just run the opposite direction. You don't even know where it came from.
Exactly. Do that. Respect the fucking hammer. It's a super.
Oh.
It's going to kill you.
Hey, Bungie made the right call when they nerfed it to the ground, all right?
No, it should have been. That was way too harsh, and it was because right after they nerfed Sunforger, every single storm chance in the fucking land came out and tried to annihilate everyone. Was really Son, you can clear games if they didn't focus you down with storm trance. That was
Landfall was the funniest thing ever. You think you got no bang?
I hope people can hear like the bias in you guys' voice. Well, not you guys, specifically Andre.
I'm about to say, like, I was a hunter, bro. Like, I was cool with, all right, Blade Dancer. You can definitely outplay a Blade Dancer, but we didn't have constant AOE
How can you
damage
outplay
just
a
raining
Blade
from the
Dancer?
Blade Dancer didn't have massive. Blade Dancer didn't have massive AOE. Like, all right, I'm gonna kill like 17 people, and I'm just gonna run. Actually, like, all right, I gotta kill one person. Okay, cool. I kill another person, and another. All right, I'm done. That's all I really can do.
I don't know about that, but okay.
Dog, what part of manipulates and bends the energy around him do you not understand?
Son, hammer. That's all I need to understand before they nerfed it.
That hammer was too much. There was one time.
It wasn't. They shouldn't have nerfed it that hard. But go ahead.
I remember getting when it first came out. I remember like I saw he's super right in front of my face. He hits with a hammer. All right, I wait 10 seconds. I'm running around. All right, I'm on the opposite end of the map. I think I'm fine. This man comes back and I'm like, wait, he still got his super? Bang! I'm like, oh god.
Yep. And then what happened after that? They nerfed it to the ground with like several specific nerfs. Like they had it so that you move a lot slower. They pretty much broke the targeting on the fucking hammer. So it was really hard to confirm them sometimes, or at least you wouldn't take all the damage, which you fucking should have because it was a fucking hammer.
I don't know what makes you think that a hammer is like the most godly thing. Like you should have took all the damage.
Have you seen Thor? Have you seen? Do you know him? Have you heard of him, son?
Thor's a god.
Okay, so I'm out with that hammer of soul, my soul, son, my unbent soul.
With that,
I got that vision. Just saying.
In that trailer where Thor threw that hammer at that one chick, that's what Bungie did.
Pretty much, son. Like that nerf was so fucking harsh, and then like Storm Trance, and Hunters and Warlocks in general had not received no nerfs, none, and their shit was extra. It wasn't.
Remember the nerf the shade stuff?
Yeah, that was after Sun. This is all after Sunforger though.
I mean, somebody had to be first. Like, what?
Yeah, but those problems were like inherent within the class before they even got the third classes.
Wait, how many times have you said Sunbreaker or Sunforger?
I like Sunforger. Oh, damn. Oh,
isn't it
MTG?
My nigga?
MTG. Shit, I use that card in MTG. You know what it is, right?
You keep saying. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I know what you're referring to.
So yeah, so we forged the sun with the hammer. You just keep banging out them whole.
Right, so
all them curves, son. Banging out all them curves, son.
Anyway, yeah, Sunbreaker is.
Sunbreaker, I'm sorry, was the first class to get like super hardcore nerf like that. Then they started to focus on other classes like months down the road. Even though like stuff like Storm Trance had a fucking double the length like melee, a shotgun fucking melee. Like, they were the reason why melees were, like, really, really broken. Like, we had one-shot we're getting off topic. Let me stop. Just cleanse myself of it. Destiny 2 story. How'd you guys like it?
I loved that mission.
Can we skip this one? Because I actually want to play that.
Alright, yeah.
Okay,
I'll just say I like the mission a lot.
Yeah, it was a decent mission. And the strike was good too. That's not on my list here,
Don't
but
look at me.
do I have to play the story part before I can get to the PvP?
Yeah, but you're gonna enjoy it though. It's fine.
It's gonna be good.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Oh my gosh, I came on time. Cool. So I guess we can I guess we can wrap it up here. If you guys don't have any closing statements,
wrap it up then. I'm the only one that got the Migos joke. All right, cool. That's
yeah,
fine.
I don't listen to Migos.
Yeah.
Please stop.
Oh
yes. Closing statements, everyone. Lenore, you woke up. Thanks for joining us again.
Damn.
I ain't gonna lie, I dozed off for like a good 30-minute nap.
I don't think it was 30 minutes. I think you were kind of reaching with that.
Am I reaching?
Yes.
Am I?
Yes.
Was that an MJ reference from Homecoming? I'm sorry.
I'm gonna say it was.
Okay.
Let's see. Ooh, excited for the Queen biopic, and I'm glad that Big Boy has returned.
That's what's up, Andre, Jared.
Destiny 2, I like it. Needs a little bit of tweaking, just with the supers. That's it. I like that. That was like the main thing I was hyped about was Destiny.
Andre.
We didn't go over this, but the Gorillas actually came to the Post Pavilion Monday. I'm kind of sad that I missed it, but it is what it is. I actually really wanted to see Gorillas live, but it's all good. I get Kendrick Lamar Friday night, so it's all good.
That's what's up.
I'm good.
I got.
Loyalty got royalty.
All right. Thank you guys for joining us. I hope you enjoy the rest of your night. And bye.
Bye.
Whoa.